Hey guys, what's going on? Hope you're all well. Back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be sharing 7 crypto projects that haven't even launched yet that you can get super early to. So the easiest way to make money in crypto is to be early to certain projects, to certain narratives. And like I say, in this video I'm going to be sharing 7 projects that haven't even launched yet that you can be super early to. So make sure you watch the video right till the end, as the projects that I'm going to share with you have the tens of X's of potential. So you definitely want to be watching these. So before we dive in, I just want to give a bit of context on the overall market as a whole, right? Because for altcoins to do well, generally the crypto market needs to be doing well. Of course, there'll be outliers, but generally speaking, we want to be in a bullish market, right? So this is a website that I like to monitor that you guys can all look at as well. And basically what it does is it takes a bunch of data science models to kind of give us an idea as to where we might be in the cycle. And you can see in previous cycles, it has called tops pretty well. You know, generally once you get above this 90 region, you want to be a bit more defensive in your approach. But as long as we're below 90, there's kind of a bit more room left in the tank, right? There's a bit more steam in the tank. And as you can see, at the moment, we are at 80. So I do still think that Bitcoin has legs, that we do still go higher this year, and that this isn't the top. You know, I've seen a lot of people calling for a top at the moment, you know, saying the kind of early 70s. This is the top. We're going to have a huge correction from here, and that's kind of like the end of the cycle. I'll see you all again in 2 to 3 years. I don't subscribe to that theory. I think that Bitcoin has higher to go later this year and probably goes into the 100K kind of region and potentially higher. And this kind of supports that argument, right? You know, we're not in that 90 region. Once we get to that 90 region, then we want to be more defensive. But if you look in the last cycle, we hit 91 in January. Bitcoin didn't top until April, right? So even if this goes into that kind of 90 region, it doesn't mean that Bitcoin has topped there and then. There might still be some legs in it. It's just kind of a warning signal that you want to be a bit more defensive in your approach because the top is probably near, but we haven't had that signal yet. Another confluence as well is the S&P and just generally US equities had a very bullish Q1, right? And generally speaking, if you look at past data, whenever the S&P has closed bullish in Q1, normally it leads to a rally of an average of about 9% come the close the end of the year. So from the Q1 close until the end of the year, it leads to about a 9% rally, which would roughly take us to about 5,700, I think just above, but we'll call it 5,700, just to keep it nice and simple. So if the S&P is going to be, you know, potentially bullish for the rest of the year, we're in an election year as well, which, you know, tend to be bullish years for the stock market. If the S&P is going to have a good year, that probably means that Nasdaq is going to have a good year. And if you look at correlations, Bitcoin is heavily correlated to the Nasdaq because it's basically just leveraged tech, right? So there's a lot of reasons kind of macro wise to, I guess, be bullish on the rest of the year and kind of subscribe to that theory that we probably haven't topped in crypto markets just yet. Obviously, correlations don't always hold true. Correlations can break as well. But generally speaking, I think that things are looking positive for Bitcoin going into the end of the year, right? So now we've covered that, let's dive into the projects that are yet to launch that you guys can get very early entries in. So the first one is Aify, and this one actually launches today. You can see April the 10th. So by the time this video is released, this would probably just have launched. So definitely one that you guys want to keep on your radar. But with this, look, we've got the Bitcoin halving coming up. Like I said, I think Bitcoin goes higher. I think the BRC20 ecosystem, there's a lot of opportunity there. And this kind of slots very nicely into that narrative, right? If you look at Aify's website, they've got some big backers as well. And they're very focused on that BRC20 kind of narrative. So they've got a launchpad. They've also got a bridge, so you can bridge between the BRC20 network and the Ethereum ecosystem. And then they've got a wallet as well. So it's kind of like almost a one-stop shop for BRC20, right? People who want to kind of play with ordinals and different things within the Bitcoin ecosystem, they can use Aify. They can also bridge as well, so to get their money into the BRC20 ecosystem and also out of it. And then they've got the launchpad as well. So this is a project that I think as we kind of go through the halving, and, you know, as people start looking for almost like the Bitcoin beta plays, and I think the BRC20 ecosystem slots quite nicely into that narrative, this is definitely a project that I think is going to gain a lot of steam. So definitely one that you guys want to keep on your radar. Like I say, they've got some big backers as well, stacked team. This should do pretty well as and when we see that BRC20 narrative really start to pick up. So definitely one that you want on your radar. Like I say, it launches today on the 10th of April. So definitely one you guys want to keep an eye on. The second project is Aify. Now, this is one of the projects that I'm most excited for launch. And basically what Aify is, it is a gamified liquidity solution and marketplace for digital assets, tokens, and real world assets on the Blast L2, but they're backed by Animoca. So any of you guys who know Animoca, one of the biggest kind of VCs in the space, they back a lot of the big projects. So in order to have Animoca on board, you need to be a solid project. They're not just going to back any old project. Aify actually launches tomorrow. So by the time this video comes out, if you're watching this, you will be able to potentially buy this on launch. Their public sale was yesterday, which I shared in the crypto alpha room, link in the description if you're interested. But yeah, this actually launches tomorrow on the 11th of April. Again, another project that I am super bullish on. They've got big backers, they've got a stacked team. And I think generally like the UX of this could do very, very well, right? You can see already there's a bunch of stuff happening on here. It's not some new project with no users. There's actually users, there's activity here, and there's stuff happening. And I think this could go much, much higher, especially once that NFT narrative comes back, right? Once NFTs really start to pick up, which we kind of see normally a bit later in the cycle, then I think something like this could really, really start to take off. But before NFTs really come back, you can get an early entry into something like this that will probably do well when NFTs eventually do start to take off. So again, another one that you guys should definitely have on your radar. The third project is Nucle. Now, as you guys know, one of the narratives that I'm most bullish on this cycle is AI and deepen, right? And this kind of fits both of those narratives perfectly. Again, a solid team. It's the same team or a similar team to Nexera, which is the real world assets project, which some of you guys might be familiar with. But again, the team, the backers, this is a solid project. You can see power the next wave of AI with world-class data. Nucle is an innovative layer 1 blockchain infrastructure to host a collaborative data ecosystem that will fuel the next generation of AI and large language models with world-class data. This is a solid project. And as you guys know, I always talk about narratives within crypto, right? This slots into so many narratives that I am so bullish on perfectly. Not only does it slot into the narrative, it has the team to back it up. It also has the backers to back it up as well. This is a solid project that I think is going to do incredibly well, and it hasn't even launched yet, right? You guys can get super early to this. This is potentially going to be one of the blue chips in AI. And if you think about how small crypto AI is now compared to the market cap of Nvidia, for example, the market cap of Nvidia is 2 trillion, the market cap of crypto AI is 20 billion, right? There's 100x to even get to the valuation of one company. And I'm not saying it will get there, but I'm saying there's definitely a catch-up trade, right? Nvidia is probably going to go higher this year. Crypto AI, as long as those kind of macro factors are bullish, which we've spoken about, which hopefully they will be, and everything is pointing to the fact that they will be, then crypto AI is going to grow significantly, and projects like Nucle are going to do incredibly well. So this is one out of all of the projects that we're speaking about that I'm most excited about, just because, as you guys know, I'm so bullish on crypto AI, and I think this could be one of the blue chip crypto AI projects when it eventually launches. So definitely make sure you guys are keeping up to date with when this one launches. The next project is a gaming project. Now, what I like about my Pet Hooligan is that they've already got a successful NFT collection, right? So there's already kind of like product market fit there. The floor price is 0.8 ETH, which is roughly about $3,000 roughly. So these are pretty expensive NFTs, right? No one's paying 3K for an NFT if they're not relatively bullish, and the price wouldn't hold up if there wasn't actually something here with this project. So again, another project that has already kind of proven itself with the NFT side of things. Again, they've got massive backers, a solid team. I don't even need to go into too much detail on the team. A quick Google and you can see how stacked it is and who the backers are. But this is a solid project, right? You can see they actually won an award last year as well, because it's actually a real game. It actually looks like a proper game that they've put effort into, not just some kid in his basement has coded quickly and released a token for. These guys have done things the right way, right? They've created the game, they've created the NFTs around the game, which are valuable, and now they're releasing the token. So this is one that I am super bullish on. I'm super bullish on gaming as a narrative, as many of you guys are as well. A lot of people I speak to in the crypto space, there's kind of consensus that gaming projects are going to do pretty well. And My Pet Hooligan, without a doubt, is going to be one of the blue chips. I don't think it's even up for debate. So definitely when this project launches, definitely one that you guys want to have on your radar. And like I say, this is incredibly bullish, right? Having the NFTs already that are successful just proves that when the token launches, it will likely be successful as well. The next project, which some of you guys have probably heard of, is Bloodloop, another one with an amazing team, amazing backers. You can see they are backed by Merit Circle, which is Beam. They recently migrated to Beam, and it's on AVAX. A lot of good gaming projects we're seeing on AVAX. Also incubated by Seedify. A lot of big gaming projects tend to launch on Seedify. So this is a 5v5 tactical hero shooter game. Again, the gameplay looks incredible. Let's see if we can find a clip somewhere of the gameplay. You can see the graphics are incredible. Let's jump on their website. Okay, so here you can see, again, like I say, the graphics are incredible. The team is absolutely stacked. Let's see if we can play this video. Here you go. You can see some of the gameplay. So again, another project that they've got an amazing team. A lot of people in the team have worked for big kind of like Web 2 games, which, you know, popular games. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly which games they've built, but, you know, very mainstream games. And you can kind of see from the gameplay that the people that built this are serious. Again, this is not a kid in his basement. This is a solid project that when it launches is going to be one of the blue chip gaming projects. So both of these, Bloodloop and My Pet Hooligans, are two of the gaming projects that are yet to launch that I am most bullish on. And when they launch, I will definitely be looking to pick some up myself because the gameplay on both of them looks incredible. They've got amazing backers, they've got amazing teams. These are the kind of things we want to look for with these new projects, right? And these are projects, like I've said throughout this video, that you can be super early on, right? The sixth project is Zerol Lend. Now, Zerol Lend is a lending marketplace on a bunch of L2s like ZK Sync, Manta, Blast, and Linnea. Now, Zerol Lend hasn't even launched its token yet, and they've already got 100 million in total value locked, right? So Zerol Lend is similar to kind of like Aave. Any of you guys are familiar with that kind of, or margin file on Solana. Very similar to that, where you can put up collateral and kind of borrow against it and things like that. But this is specifically for L2s, like I said, with ZK Sync, Manta, Blast, and Linnea. So I'm very bullish on this because this concept is not a new concept. It's already got that kind of product market fit with other products similar, but this is serving the L2s, right? And as we progress through the bull market and Ethereum gas fees start to get more and more expensive, the L2 narrative is really going to start to pick up, right? And then things within that kind of layer 2 ecosystem are also going to gain traction. And I think something like Zerol Lend could really start to gain a bunch of traction when that focus really starts to come onto L2s as we progress through this bull market. So like I said, total value locked, it's actually 162 million now. They've got 380,000 unique active addresses, which is absolutely insane. So yeah, I cannot wait for this to launch. Again, they've got big backers and they've got an absolutely solid team. So this is a project that I'm super bullish on. When this launches, you definitely want to make sure that you look to gain an entry. This is a narrative that is going to do very well, and a project that already is successful, right? They've already got almost 500,000 active wallet addresses. So there's already that product market fit, right? It's already a successful project. It's just now they're going to be launching the token, which I definitely recommend you guys get exposure to. And another similar project to Zerol Lend, in that they've kind of already got a working project, they've already got users, is for Jord Foundry. Now, basically what these guys do, as you can see from their website, is they connect innovative projects and engage backers through a community-focused platform, offering fair and transparent LBPs and token sale events. So basically, if you have an idea for a crypto project, you can use this website to raise funds. And some of their success stories, you can see AutoNolaz, which is Olaz, the AI agent project. They raised on here. Merit Circle, which is Beam, they raised on here as well. So you can see there are a lot of very successful projects that have raised on here and have used Jord to raise in their early rounds and to kind of raise money to back their vision and to fund their project. You can see they've got 650 bootstrapped communities, multi-chain support, nearly $1 billion in funds raised, and over $1 billion in volume traded. So again, this is not super early in the sense that there's not product market fit and they need to get a bunch of users. This is already a successful platform that is now going to be releasing a token. So very bullish on this. You guys can keep an eye on this one because this is going to be potentially even a top 100 project or token when it launches. So definitely keep an eye on this. As we progress through the bull market, people look more and more for these kind of like early stage investments. We see launch pads tend to do very well in bull markets. So this is definitely one that you want to keep on your radar. So just to recap, the 7 projects that we spoke about: Aify, which is launching today; Aify, which is launching tomorrow on the 11th of April. We've got Nucle, which kind of meets that AI deepen narrative; Pet Hooligan, which is a game; Bloodloop, which is also a game as well; and we've got Zerol Lend, which is a lending market for L2s; and then we've got for Jord Foundry, which we've just spoken about as well. So that is it for this video, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Also, make sure you're in my free Telegram group. There'll be a link in the description below so that you guys can join the free Telegram. I've got a bunch of exciting things that I'm working on that I cannot wait to share with you guys. So make sure you're in that Telegram group so that you can stay up to date with everything. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter at GeoParis23 and Instagram as well if you want to see a bit more of the day-to-day stuff. But that is it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.